If a client has a serious injury as a result of a commercial vehicle or a truck accident, at some point along the way, and often when they're not represented by counsel, when it's very early on, that person will be given an offer from the insurance company. And it's important that you have counsel who can guide you through this, because it's not always the case, and quite often not the case, that first offer is going to be your best offer. And not necessarily because they're not trying to be fair, which often is the case, but because you don't have a full gauge of what the future holds for you. And it's important that you have an attorney who not just parses through and has a good understanding of the medicals and the bills and the suffering you've gone through from the date of the accident to the day of that initial offer, but also to kind of look at and to understand what's going to be reasonably expected in the future. Not just whether or not you're going to need future care or therapy or surgery perhaps, but even if you don't need those things, how is your life going to be affected? How are you going to be able to do the things that were simple to do before that now give you some limitation or problem or not as simple as before? And you're entitled to compensation for that. So your quality of life, the suffering you endure, has to be fully understood. It has to be someone who's very experienced, someone who's an expert in this, which we are, has to understand what's to be expected in the future. And this is often done by understanding your medicals up to that point, but even more so, what medicals and what trauma or injuries or limitations can be expected in the future. So that first offer is not going to always be the best. Not necessarily, I would say no all the time, but quite often is not.